All praises to Yahweh, Hashem Yahushai. It's Michael McCoy. A lot of times, you see some people smile and laugh a lot, and all you want to be is an encouragement to other people. So you see me smile and laugh a lot. It's not because I think everything is a joke. It's because the joy of the Lord is my strength. So, Job chapter 41, verse 22. And his neck remaineth strength, and sorrow is turned into joy before. Psalm chapter 21, verse 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. The king shall joy in the strength of Lord, and then thy salvation, how greatly shall he rejoice. Nehemiah chapter 8, verse 10. Then he said unto them, Go your way, eat the fat, and drink the sweet, and send portions unto them, for nothing is prepared, for this day is holy unto our Lord. Neither be ye sorry, for the joy of the Lord is your strength. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 3. Thou hast multiplied the nation and not increased the joy. They joy before thee, according to the joy in the harvest, and as men rejoice with when they divide the spoil. Psalm chapter 28, verse 8. The Lord is their strength, and he is the saving strength of his anointed. Psalm chapter 84, verse 7. Then they go from strength to strength, every one of them in Zion appeareth before God. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 10. And the ransom of the Lord shall return and come to Zion with songs and everlasting joy upon their heads, and they shall obtain joy and gladness and sorrow, and sighing shall flee away. Ezekiel chapter 24, verse 25. Also, thou son of man, shall it not be in the day when I take from them their strength, the joy of their glory, the desire of their eyes, and that whereupon they set their minds, their sons and their daughters. Job chapter 6, verse 12. Is my strength the strength of stones, or is my flesh of brass? Isaiah chapter 51, verse 11. Therefore the redeemed of the Lord shall return, come along with singing unto Zion, and everlasting joy shall be upon their head, and they shall obtain gladness of joy, and sorrow and mourning shall flee away. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 17. The Lord thy God is in the midst of thee, is mighty, he will save. He will rejoice over thee with joy, he will rest in his love, and he will joy over thee with singing. Psalm 68, verse 34. Ascribe ye strength unto God, his excellency is over Israel, the people before a place, and his strength is in the clouds. 1 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 9. For what thanks can we render to God again for you, for all the joy within we joy for your sakes before our God. John chapter 15, verse 11. These things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain in you, and that your joy might be full. 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 3. And I write the same unto you, lest when I came I should have sorrow from them of whom I ought to rejoice, having confidence in you all, that my joy is the joy of you all. Joshua chapter 14, verse 11. As yet I am strong this day as I was in the day that Moses sent me, as my strength was then, even so is my strength now for war, both to go out and to come in. Daniel chapter 10, verse 8. Therefore I was left alone, and saw the great vision, and there remained no strength in me, for my calmness was turned in me into corruption, and I retained no strength. Philippians chapter 1, verse 20. Ye, brother, let me have joy of thee in the Lord. Refresh my bowels in the Lord. Psalm chapter 90, verse 10. The days of our years are 60 years and 10. And if by reason of strength they be 60 years, yet is their strength labor and sorrow, for sun is cut off, and we fly away. Nehemiah chapter 12, verse 43. Also that they offered great sacrifices and rejoiced, for God had made them rejoice with great joy. The wives also and the children rejoiced, so that the joy of Jerusalem was heard even afar off. Psalm chapter 22, verse 19. But be thou far from me, O Lord, and my strength hast thee helped me. Isaiah chapter 25, verse 4. For thou hast been a strength to the poor, a strength to the needy in his distress, a refuge from the storm, a shadow from the heat, when the blast of the terrible one goes into storm against the wall. Romans chapter 5, verse 11. And not so only, but we also joy in God through our Lord Yahushua, by whom we have now received the atonement. Psalms chapter 21, verse 13. Be thou exalted, Lord, in thy own strength, so we will sing and praise thy power. Esther chapter 9, verse 22. As the days therein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the mouth which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and of sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. Psalms chapter 32, verse 11. Be glad in the Lord, and rejoice, ye righteous, and shout for joy, all ye that are upright in heart. Psalm chapter 144, verse 1. A Psalm of David. Bless the Lord, be Lord, my strength, which teaches my hands to war, and my fingers to fight. Job chapter 18, verse 13. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength. 1 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 19. For what is our hope, or joy, or crown of rejoicings? Are not even ye in the presence of our Lord Yahushua at his coming? Luke chapter 10, verse 17. And the 70 returned with a joy, saying, Lord, even the devils are subject unto us through thy name. Yeah, I just wanted to bring out some scriptures, on why it's why sometimes some people can have a lot of joy, and and that's what it is. It's just the joy of the Lord is our strength, and when that's the case, you will be smiling. So it's just wanted to come out with that, and hopefully, when the Lord's on your side, the joy of the Lord is your strength. Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is on your side. The joy of the Lord is your strength. All praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Thank you, Great Millstone, for all the work you do, and for showing me a difference in the Bible, and peace and blessings whole flex out around the world. This is Michael McCoy. Have a blessed day. And remember, the joy of the Lord is your strength. And once you have the joy of the Lord, no one can take that away from you. So that's very important to have. The joy of the Lord being your strength, and being content and being thankful for what you have, and it's very important. And so that's awesome. Yep.